Previously on Push to the Playoffs, a pair of shootout victories come at an important time for the Marlies.
Getting a shootout win, this late in the season was big for us. We needed as many points as we could get.
Two of the team's top talents in Nazem Kadri and Ryan Hamilton join the Maple Leafs and both make an immediate impact.
That shootout goal against Brodeur was definitely a special one for me.
After a late-night bus ride that arrived at Rico less than 11 hours ahead of their next game, mental lapses lead to a loss against the Stars.
Well, it was frustrating, and it kind of wasn't. I think it was frustrating that things, bounces weren't going our way.
But a Sunday night charity event at Real Sports helps the team end the weekend on a lighter note.
It's a chance for us as players to relate to the other players, get to know them, and most importantly, to relate with the fans and for them to get to know us on a personal level.
I think we got the biggest cheer. I think we did. To make the playoffs in the blue and white would definitely be amazing.
Making it to the playoffs wearing these colors, it's going to be huge for everyone involved.
Toronto fans are starving for some playoff action.
Working hard for each other, we're working hard for the team, we're working hard for the fans so that basically everybody wins.
I know the fans have been patient in Toronto with their playoff hockey, but it's coming.
The week begins with a practice at Rico Coliseum. With 4 full days between games, the coaches keep the tempo high.
It's like a football schedule right now. We have a week off, and then all of a sudden we play 3 games in a row. The first part of the week is to get ready physically, but then as the week goes on, then we get more specific.
Morning practice allows for players to have the afternoon off. For some, Tuesday means time in the office contacting the Marlies season seat holders to thank them for their support.
I could call my parents and they'd be like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I call these guys and they're like, oh, Jerry, how you doing? Great season, way to go. That's the thing that drives our team and our organization is the fans.
For others, like goaltender Ben Scrivens, spare time is used to visit local schools as part of the team's anti-bullying campaign.
Do you guys know out there? You think they're ready? Who wants to answer?
But while all business on stage, the netminders' antics surrounding the day's events always bring a chuckle to those around.
They want us out there. I don't know what we're waiting for.
He's a character guy, and sometimes you can't keep him quiet. He talks too much, but it's a good thing.
I assume that we were waiting for the 2 hosts to grab their mics and do something. Oh, I drew on the desk. That's okay. I'm in trouble. Oops. You can feel the excitement in here.
What about Ben Scrivens on 3?
Everyone's going to be like,
1, 2, 3.
For Ben Scrivens, the week would also bring a trip of another kind. One to the Air Canada Centre to join the Maple Leafs. The Marlies NHL affiliate would first call upon Jussi Runas, who made his NHL debut in relief of Jonas Gustafsson against Carolina. Despite playing nearly 40 perfect minutes of hockey, the 3 goals relinquished would be insurmountable for the slumping Leafs. Scrivens' start, however, would prove more fruitful. The 4-3 final would be the 3rd NHL victory of the season for Scrivens.
I think he's shown to us down here that he can be a number 1 goalie, and I think he's proven to management up above that he has warranted a chance.
Meanwhile, with the Marlies tied at 4 in Rochester, a collision into the end boards on Friday night would draw the attention of the Americans' goaltender.
Their goalie decided to come over and chirp me for some reason. And I scored 2 on him that game. I don't know if you're trying to get me back, but I just lit you up, so you shouldn't be saying anything,
And with less than a minute in overtime, the Marlies' leading point scorer would capitalize on the netminders' frustration.
Zigomanis has to settle down a bouncing puck.
He is one of those guys that is a game changer. When the puck is on his stick, anything's possible.
To the net, tipped in front, rebound, Hamilton! Stop, rebound, they score!
And you really get that sense with Mike Zigomanis.
Mike Zigomanis picks the water bottle!
Only 6 seconds remained on the clock when Zigomanis registered the winner. In the rematch the following day, it is of little surprise that the game's lone goal is scored by Nazem Kadri against the netminder who confronted him the night before.
Confronted him right after that, and I let him know his job is to just stop the puck and not to worry about anything else.
It would be a late bus trip home and then a 3 o'clock start that would complete the Marlies' 3-3 weekend. Sunday's home game against division rival Grand Rapids.
It's a game on a weekend where the Marlies are looking to complete a sweep. They're trying to make the most, getting closer to clinching a playoff spot.
For Toronto allowing 2 goals in a 15-second span during the first period, the game could not have started much worse. For Nazem Kadri, early mistakes earns him a spot at the end of the bench and a warning from the team's coach.
He told me, he says, you know, if you're gonna make those kind of plays, you're not gonna play. I told him right after, I'm just like, put me back out there, because you know I'll make it up. I'll make it up for the team.
But with little time left in the second, it's Phil Dupuis and a little bit of luck who starts the team's scoring on an unlikely play.
My chip wasn't good enough, so actually the defenseman caught it, but it was really too high for him, so he just batted down straight to me, and I just basically took the puck, put it down, and then drive to the net and scored 5-0. A little bit of luck, but I'll take it.
Early in the third, his second score of the game would tie it up. And in fashion with the rest of the weekend, it would be last-minute heroics that would decide the game.
It was 2-2, last minute of the game. And he threw me out there, and he must have just had a good feeling or something.
Kadri drop pass to Deschamps, back to Kadri, walking in, scores! Nazem Kadri!
When Nas came, I remember, you know, just myself, I actually jumped up, and you know, I don't usually do that. I just give a nice little like fist pump or something.
And even as the coaches, I think I might have given it a fist pump, and so did Dally, and we were pretty excited.
Nazem Kadri had fulfilled his promise, and waiting for him back at the bench was Dallas Aikens.
He was just waiting for me as soon as I came back to the bench, and you know, all I told him was, I told you, I told you so. You know, I know that, you know, when I tell him something like that he kind of has to believe it a little bit, because you know I have the ability to change a game like that.
Toronto takes the victory and with it sweeps their 3-3 weekend.
We executed, probably not to the best of our abilities, but you know, enough to get the wins.
And just to know that we can come back from a 2-0 deficit, and then for the playoff, it's a big confidence boost, I think.
With a renewed confidence, 3 important division wins, and inching ever closer to clinching a playoff berth, the Marlies leave Rico looking ahead to a much-needed day off.
It's so good. It's probably the best day of the week for sure.
Only 2 weeks and 5 games remain in the regular season. But for a team that has battled from behind, scored in the final minutes, and proven to each other that they're always in it, a reservation in the Calder Cup race seems imminent.